This is a system by, it's either Hosmart or Hosmart, not sure. It's a system we don't actually sell. You can get it on Amazon, and it's the #1 system selling over there. So you can also check out the reviews, and we have a link to it below. But it does have some nice features, at least on paper. The best thing about this intercom is the way they've done the channels. And it's got 6 different channels. And so you could set like bedroom 1, 2, or 3, and kitchen or whatever you want on these stickers. And if you want to set a particular unit to a channel, you hold down the button for a few seconds until it beeps like that. Now that one is channel 3. Now say if I wanted to talk to channel 1, I can go to channel 1, and now when I press, it's probably going to squeal, but now I can talk to channel 1, and after a minute it'll go back to channel 3, because that's been the downside of having channels, is someone switches from their channel, how do you know where to find them? There, of course, there is a group where you can call all channels as well, and so if you didn't know where someone is, or you wanted a page throughout the house or business, you can use that group call feature. It does have monitor capability where I could put this unit into monitor mode. Don't want to do that side by side. I'll show you a separate video on that. And it has Vox too, where you hold down the unit for 5 seconds, and then it now goes into Vox mode, and you can see when that light comes on, it's transmitting. Now, one thing about Vox is that microphone isn't going to switch on immediately, so you almost need a throwaway word that will not be heard by the other person when it's in the Vox mode. And I'll show you the audio quality isn't very good, so unless you're right up on it, I don't think the other side is going to understand what you're saying, and vice versa. If they're not within a few feet of the microphone, I don't think you're going to really, it'll be hard to understand what they're saying. And it is push to talk and release to listen. This does use the family radio system, which evidently it's communicating in digital, so it shouldn't you shouldn't be able to hear anything from all the two-way radios on the family radio system. However, you may get some interference, and there is a button to adjust for some of that on the back. So it is a highly used set of frequencies, but these are supposed to be digital and secure, so hopefully that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Here we have the unit in monitor mode, and I have another unit outside in a room with a radio turned on, and you can barely hear that the radio is on. It's probably I'd say 7 feet away from the unit. So while you can hear some noise going on, you're definitely not going to understand what they're saying. So monitor feature, while it can alert you to some noises going on, that's about all it's good for. This is the Dakota Alert MERS wireless intercom. The advantage this one has is that it can communicate at ranges of miles instead of feet. So it's ideal in situations where you need some penetration power to go a good distance. And the other advantage is we have lots of other devices this works with. Anything that's MERS on our website will use these. Like we have handheld two-way radios. There are outdoor wireless call boxes that you can put at gates and security doors. We have wireless PA units where you can transmit broadcast to a wireless PA system for loud transmissions. So it's quite flexible in the things you can do. In fact, there's also a MERS alert device, which can trigger messages that are transmitted to this as well when there's a motion sensor has been triggered. But the operation is pretty basic. It's just press the talk, push the talk button there. It's got a call button that sounds a call tone on the other side. And then there's 5 channels. The downside of these channels is, if you're trying to use them for different locations and someone changes from channel 1 to channel 2 and then doesn't go back to their channel, and you're really not going to know what channel they're on. So, and there's no group call or anything like that with these. So that's one disadvantage for the channels. But if you're trying to just communicate with between 2 units, then at a good distance, then these work fine for that. This does not have a monitor function. You might think it does with this monitor button, but what that does is it allows you to see if there's any traffic on the channel. It turns off the squelch. So right now, if there were traffic on the channel, you wouldn't be hearing it because there's privacy codes that are transmitted between the units, and if it doesn't get that, it doesn't turn the speaker on. So it's typically not something you'll use because MERS is very lightly used in the U.S.
A quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. A quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. A quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.